If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the blend-off. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Daily Vitamin. Today we are doing a hot soup blend-off to see which one of these high-speed, high-powered blenders can blend hot soup. So yeah, we will be taking the temperature of each soup in each blender, and we will be discovering who's gonna take this hot soup blend-off.
Yeah, and the way these blenders cook your soup is actually from the friction of the blades. It's a natural, there's no heating element inside the blender. It's just natural friction coming off the blades. Basically, the blades are spinning so fast in a confined small space that it's causing a lot of heat to come off the blade.
So I also want to mention that the Vitamix and Blendtec come with automatic soup settings. So it's really simple to use. You just start it and it runs on its own and stops on its own.
That's a really nice feature. The Vitamix, you could just set the dial to soup, flip the switch, and it runs for 5.5 minutes. And the Blendtec, you push the button, it's the soup button, and it runs for 90 seconds. The Blendtec supposedly heats up the soup a little bit quicker than the Vitamix, we're gonna find out. But basically for the Blendtec, every time you push the button, it's just gonna keep getting hotter and hotter until it reaches like, you know, a high temperature.
All right, so let's go ahead and test the temperature of the soup.
We're gonna see how fast these blenders can heat the soup in 3-minute intervals. We are starting with room temperature water, around 60 degrees for this soup blend-off. So to make fresh hot soup in a high-powered blender, you want to run the blender on its highest speed for a long period of time, usually 6 to 10 minutes depending on the blender model. Each blender design has different heating capabilities. The way the blender heats the soup is from natural friction caused by the blades. The blades are able to spin at a very high RPM, revolutions per minute, which in a small confined space is able to cause a large amount of heat to come off the blades, which in turn causes the soup to heat up. In this performance test, we discovered that the Blendtec, Vitamix, and Nutribullet heated up the soup equally after 3 minutes. We let the blenders run for another 3 minutes to see how hot the temperature of these soups can get. Depending on the blender model you have, your soup can reach temperatures of up to 180 degrees in a matter of minutes. You can quickly liquefy whole foods and cook them right in your blender. Soups made in a blender are healthy and fresh and contain no preservatives or additives. We let the blenders run for another 3 minutes for a total of 6 minutes to see how hot the soups can get. And what we found out was that the results were the same. The Blendtec, Vitamix, and Nutribullet all successfully heated up the soup to equally steaming hot temperatures.
Wow, that was really cool, testing the temperature of each of these soups. I'm really blown away.
Yeah.
Especially by the Nutribullet.
Yeah, I'm totally like astonished how hot this Nutribullet, the Nutribullet actually heated up the temperature hotter than the Vitamix and Blendtec by a couple degrees.
Yeah, so the Nutribullet reached almost 160 degrees.
Yeah.
That is like, who knew?
Yeah, I didn't know the Nutribullet could actually heat up the soup as good as a Vitamix and a Blendtec.
I think we were a little bit curious as to how it would ventilate in terms of the steam releasing.
Yeah, because there actually is no vents here to let the steam out. So it's kind of weird because it's hot. You could feel the jar is very hot and warm. It didn't overheat. You know, it kept its cool. The Vitamix and the Blendtec both come with vents. They have these little. You could see the vents on the lids to let the steam out because it can heat stuff up to, you know, if we let it run a little longer, it would have got to about 170, 175. That's where it cuts off.
Yeah, all this talk about soup is making me really hungry.
Yeah, me too. So next what we're going to do is go and add, we're going to show you guys how to make soups chunky in these blenders. So with the Vitamix and Blendtec, you have a pulse function. You could just add stuff in at the end and kind of use your pulse key. The Ninja also has a pulse feature, so you could just take off the lid, add stuff in the end, and use the pulse feature. And the Nutribullet, unfortunately, doesn't have a pulse feature. There's only one speed on this. But Kelley mentioned...
So I was thinking that if you wanted to make your soup a little bit on the chunkier side in the Nutribullet, you would simply just add the thicker pieces into the jar.
Add them in.
And then you would hit the power button and then just hit the power button to turn it off when you've reached your desired consistency of chunkiness.
Yeah, so you basically hit the power button and then hit the power button right away. Because... Just like that. So, because you don't want it to run too long because the corn, beans, chicken, steak, chips, whatever you throw in there is going to get liquefied. You want it just kind of chunks to be floating around.
Yeah, it's going to liquefy if you don't turn the power button off because there is only one speed.
Yeah, that's the only downside to the Nutribullet. But all in all, it did a great job.
Yeah, it's really impressing me over here.
So basically, so far, everything the Nutribullet won the heating contest, but now we're going to do a taste test. So we're going to make it chunky and do a taste test.
I'm excited.
So here we go.
Another great thing about blender soups is that you can make them chunky by adding in ingredients after everything is liquefied. You could add in chips, corn, beans, chicken. Just make sure the chicken is cooked first. And then use the pulse button these blenders offer to shred and chop the ingredients into little pieces. The trick is not to liquefy them, but to actually have chunks in there. To learn more about these high-powered, high-speed blenders, read our full review at thedailyvitamin.com. A link to the review is below this video.
So I'm excited to see who's going to win this blend off. So far, the Nutribullet is barely in the lead. It heated up the temperature just a couple degrees hotter than the Vitamix and the Blendtec, which were about equal. So right now, the winner is the Nutribullet for the hot soup blend off, surprisingly enough.
In terms of the temperature.
But now it's the taste test. So let's see the taste and let's see which one tastes the best when we get started.
This is the really exciting part.
Yeah, the Blendtec. You want to get this? Yeah.
Let's see here.
Big moments right here. Is that good?
Delicious.
Yeah, it's really good. Vegetable soup with some taco seasoning. It's just all vegetables, some taco seasoning. The link for the recipe is right below the video. That's good.
Wow.
Is that one good too? Let's test this one.
That's amazing. I'm thinking I like this one
the
better.
Vitamix, yeah. The Vitamix wins the taste off so far between the Blendtec and the Vitamix.
Tastes a little better. It tastes a little smoother.
Yeah, it's a little bit smoother. That was a big one. It's just tight, barely smooth. There you go. This one's way different in color than the Vitamix and the Blendtec. It's much more green, and it's going to be cold because it's green, cold. Didn't heat it up as much.
Cold soup.
Yeah, it's more.
But if you like gazpacho, it's actually pretty good.
It's like a raw soup. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now for the big moment, the taste test in the Nutribullet. So if this tastes as good or better,
wow,
then it's gonna win.
It's really warm.
Yeah, it's kept its warm because it doesn't have any vents in the lid, so there's no way to vent out the steam.
Oh, delicious.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh my goodness. I love the consistency of it.
You know, the Vitamix is better. The Vitamix is better, man.
I love that one though.
Hands down, the Vitamix tastes better. No, try the Vitamix again. Try those two. Yeah, I mean, the Vitamix, it's a little smoother. I think the Vitamix wins the taste test. I think Blendtec, in my opinion, gets second for taste, and then the Nutribullet gets third for taste. But
I don't know. I really love the Nutribullet.
That's so much easier to drink. I mean, so much easier. The Nutribullet's just a little bit.
I like that though. I like that it's not completely a liquefied soup. I like that it's got some chunkiness to it, but not like chunks. It's more like it's liquefied, but it's a little thicker. This is really, really blended.
It's smoother. The Vitamix is smoother.
I love this one though. It's
well,
so delicious.
I mean, that's just your taste buds, so you can't really. We're just two people, so you would have to. Yeah. I guess we'd need a couple more people here, but I would say the Vitamix personally. Yeah. And then the Blendtec, and then the Nutribullet. But she's going Nutribullet. Which one would be your second?
The Vitamix.
Okay, and then the Blendtec.
Yeah.
Okay, so for taste, the Nutribullet in her eyes, for my opinion, is the Vitamix.
So it's a tie between the Nutribullet and the Vitamix.
Okay, for the blend off. Yeah. Okay. And then the Blendtec, I guess, gets second, runner-up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Nutribullet and Vitamix tie for this blend off, and that's our final decision.
And this poor ninja over here.
The poor ninja just getting fourth place here. And that's it for this blend off, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.
If you have any questions or comments about this blend off, please be sure to leave that for us in the box below. And do you want to tell them about our reward program?
So if you buy a Vitamix or a Blendtec blender through the Daily Vitamin, we have free shipping links. You can get free shipping and bonus rewards. You can read more about that at thedailyvitamin.com. And they also offer payment plan options for a Blendtec and a Vitamix. You can read more about payment plans, bonus rewards,
and
at the Daily Vitamin.
Our reviews will be there as well. You can read all about the big Vitamix and Blendtec reviews that we're doing here.
Yep.
And yeah, that's about it for this video. We thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't followed us yet, please be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And again, we thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.
If you have any questions about making hot soup in your blender, please leave a comment below. And if you want more information about the differences in functionality and user friendliness of these high-powered blenders, make sure to read our full review. Happy blending!